On the 17th of April, I was at this shop where they fix generators. I was about to pay and leave when I saw a group of bikes, this normal Bajaj bikes with some bike men on top. It was like a display. It was cool, if I would say so. It was cool to see all of them riding together in unison. But that sense of it being cool faded as soon as I saw they were chasing someone. These bike men then proceeded to drop their bikes literally in front of his vehicle to stop him so he could not move. Now, when these bikes were chasing him, they were shouting "Ole, Ole, Ole," which is the common word for thief. So people wouldn't intervene. I don't know if that was strategic or it was just coincidental. But when people hear thief, 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 and they see a mob, people tend to back off. That's why Jungle Justice has a lot of supporters.
And we are back on another exciting episode of the Unscripted Seat podcast with Zaddy of BENIN and Z of the Good Life. Yes, look at me very, very well. I am Z of the Good Life. I cannot be Zaddy of BENIN because I don't want them to I don't want Red Cross to carry me. I don't want FRSC to arrest
Boys
me.
Brigade.
Boys Brigade will pick
you up.
Boy Scout.
Yes,
I'm sorry, sir. Yes, this is the Unscripted Seat podcast with Zaddy of BENIN and Z of the Good Life. And I have with me the one, the only Zaddy of BENIN.
Yebo. Somebody say yellow. Hey, yellow.
Zaddy, which one be Yebo? You don't travel.
I'm in my South African.
Yeah, your South African era.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to thank our amazing sponsors, I Cook Gas, our restaurant, and Adis Glam. And as we always say,
Wow, we say.
Thank you for constantly sponsoring us. And if you know you want to keep seeing us on your screen every Wednesday, there's only one thing to do. Patronize these amazing brands and ensure that they keep being our backbone. You know what I mean?
You keep seeing us.
Exactly.
So that's it. We keep wearing yellow. Yellow.
That's true. I'm actually matching the seat.
Yeah, so we are doing
I'm matching the brand.
Yeah.
If you know the brand, you know I'm matching the brand. I don't know why Zaddy is wearing.
You are wearing yellow and black. Be very careful.
I beg you.
BENIN City.
Okay, that is why I have somebody with me today that will protect me. Yes, we have somebody who will protect us here today.
Yes.
There was a viral video a few weeks ago and something happened. And today we are going to get the real gist of what happened. Today we have with us ASP OMOGHENE Baton Ajigeye PSU. He witnessed the viral incident a few weeks ago. He was instrumental in getting sanity back. And today he's here to tell us exactly what happened. Welcome to the Unscripted Seat podcast.
Thank you, Z. And thank you, Zaddy.
You're welcome.
I said, even if I'm wearing black and yellow, you're here to protect me now, aren't you?
Yeah, sure.
We're glad to have
for a
you
fee,
here.
though.
Why? Come on. You do that for humanity. You did not charge a fee that day now.
No, that was based off on the oath of allegiance. That was based off on no.
So this one, there's no oath now. The allegiance does not.
You be informed. I run a protection service.
So I will pay for your protection
Yes,
service.
if you're not in dire need or I do not see a mob coming after you based on your outfit, then I don't need to protect you. You're okay. Your good looks will help you.
Okay.
That's if it's not because of that good look that they want to kidnap her.
That's very smooth. That's very smooth, actually. So a few weeks ago, that incident happened. And honestly, I feel like we don't know the details because what we saw was like
Chaos.
a bystander making a video and there was a lot of things happening at the same time. Can you run us through what exactly happened?
Okay. Well, at Limit Road on the 17th of April, I was at this shop where they fix generators. I was about to pay and leave when I saw a group of bikes, this normal Bajaj bikes with some bike men on top. It was like a display. It was cool, if I would say so. It was cool to see all of them riding together in unison. But that sense of it being cool faded as soon as I saw they were chasing someone. And the particular someone was in a vehicle, a white truck.
Yeah, okay, Hilux.
No, not, it was, Hilux is journey for trucks, yeah, but this was of the Tata variant. I think, I don't know the origin of the company, but it was a Tata truck, a brand new white Tata truck, and it was trying to get away from the crowd. And I was praying to God he got away because I knew, I've witnessed firsthand what these mobs could do. take, for instance, the Just incident. It was something similar to that at some point. You see, this guy was driving down the road from Saple Road towards Ugbo direction. He reached the point in the road where there was a bad spot and some cars were following one way due to the bad spot. Yeah. He could not outmaneuver the road. He wasn't familiar with the terrain. He got stuck. This bike man then proceeded to drop their bikes literally in front of his vehicle to stop him so he could not move. Having gotten to a stop, there was a nearby construction site. While some would bring him to a stop, the others went to the construction site and got these hollow blocks. They started lobbing these hollow blocks at the vehicle initially because he wind up his glass, thinking to prevent any altercation from going on. But they were hell-bent on getting him. Now, when these bikes were chasing him, they were shouting "Oli, Oli, Oli," which is the common word for thief. So people wouldn't intervene. I don't know if that was strategic or it was just coincidental. But when people hear thief, 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 and they see a mob, people tend to back off.
Yeah. Because like the person deserves whatever is being meted out to them.
Yes, and that's why Jungle Justice has a lot of supporters, you know. Some people are for the cause and some people are against it. Some people have, let me say, a sitting on the fence kind of perspective to it. They feel that, well, it's not my family member. And
it's not
concern me. I was not on uniform that day. I was on a jeans and a top. And I was wearing sandals. Not on duty anyways. I wasn't actively protecting anyone that day. I just had light issues and tried to fix my generator. And I'm seeing this unfolding in front of me. Something in me says, do something. Another thing tells me, what are you going to do? There are about 30 people there, give or take. One of the bike men even brought his own tire to the game. Yeah, he rode with the tire across his shoulder.
So he was ready.
He was ready. As they cornered him and brought him to a stop, I started running. And mind you, I didn't even prepare for that. I didn't even wear a belt. I held my trouser and ran up to that point. And then if you watch the viral video, you will see at some point a bystander walked past casually, as if nothing was happening. That was me. I was studying the terrain. I was studying what was going on. I wanted to, get a clear understanding of who was being lynched, why they were being lynched, and what I could do from, the whole process and what I could take home. As a trained personnel under the police supernumerary units, we receive direct training from the police and we have the same, or let me say, very similar privileges and immunities to the conventional Nigerian police, actually stated on our ID cards and our own cards that this person in question holds the same privileges and immunities as a police officer. If this ID card is found, returned to nearest position, that's it. Had the ID card in my pocket because I wanted to pay. Everything was fit. And I held the back of my trouser and ran up to that point. The generator repair was like, Oga, don't go. That slowed me down a bit, but I kept moving. I got to the point where I was not ahead of the crowd. Then I inserted myself into the fracas. My tactic was that I should be able to get them to back off if they realize I'm a police officer. And being quite large compared to the average size of those guys, I could tell you that one-on-one I may be able to take down 2 if it came to the worst.
I thought you were going to say maybe like 5.
Actually,
no.
I thought you would say like 5.
Realistically speaking,
like
3.
You just carry one on one shoulder, carry
realistically
another 2.
Speaking, I know for a fact that anything more than 3, it's not realistic. Even 2, it takes a lot of training and a lot of.
No, but with your size and build.
Yes, size and build, you can now give them the.
I'll put my money on you to take 5.
I put my money on
5 of you.
5 of them.
I could probably take 2 of you, easy, but 3 will be a problem. So I inserted.
Don't take me, please.
I inserted myself into the crowd and started waving my ID card. It was just in my wallet, so I flipped it up and started saying, police officer, I'm going to arrest this guy. I will take him in. Every worst possible scenario was playing through my head at that point, and I didn't dare bend down to get him up. He was on the ground already, and from the video, you have seen where they were already lobbing these blocks at his head directly. They had gotten him out already at the point at which I got there. They had dragged him out. He was on the floor. He was helpless. And all I could remember was the just incident flashing in my head. And something in me kept up. I didn't even, in that situation, you may not see any gain in doing what you're doing. Everybody will say it's foolish, but I felt that no matter who he was, where he came from, he was a Nigerian first, and nobody deserves to die that way. It's not a good way to go.
Yeah.
Having the lights just go off suddenly because you started a day and you had a plan, and because of maybe a mistake, a group of persons decided they were a judge, jury, and executioner and killed you. So I didn't want that on my conscience, and I didn't want that to happen to anybody. I've had a situation whereby I was in SS2. Myself and my mother and my sister were in a car. It's a Honda Odyssey. Then my mom was reversing. She had dropped my sister off at the hairdressers. This bike man was approaching the vehicle and not looking. He had his gaze turned to the left. And all of a sudden, he runs into the alloy rims of the car. The bike he bought on hire purchase on a Monday, less than a week later on a Sunday, was damaged. I mean, the engine broke into pieces. He didn't have any visible injuries, maybe because, I don't know, well, if you ride bikes, you know that there are measures you can take to prevent getting injured during crashes. You either jump off the bike, have the bike go. He did that, but the bike didn't survive the crash. He then started rallying a crowd, and in less than a minute, we had not less than 10 bikes chasing us.
Yeah, bike riders are very united at that thing. Once there's an issue.
The scream came up, and I'm telling you from a place of fear. As SS2, I wasn't this big. Nah, I've not been trained. Yes, I've been doing uniform stuff, but I was a child. I was under 18. And I was afraid, but my mom didn't seem like she was, but back then I realized we were both scared. This bike man blocked us 3 times before we managed to get us out of the vehicle. Here's what saved us. My mom would reverse and divert out of that way, and it happened 2 other times. For the last time, she managed to stop. Why did she stop then again? Because we had gotten into the thick of the road. I was born and raised in Ibadan, and Ibadan people do not take lightly to such things. They would help you, and especially if you're a woman. Because when I moved to the state, I realized that that's not the same thing here. The people are more reluctant to help. You understand? And by the time they intervene, those boys. I'm telling you for free that I owe my life to those guys. And they came out and they're like, "What's going on? Why are you chasing this woman?" I was just shouting on the top of my lungs, trying to look bigger. So yes, I've had previous experience with
something like
bikes.
that.
And then, even then, I was bigger than most of them, even as small as I was. So
I figured that experience helped
me
in this
one.
Yeah.
So that's why everything I had learned over time just kicked in, and I managed to get them to back off because some people were more concerned about damaging the vehicle. Some really wanted that vehicle to be damaged. In fact, the key was missing after. We didn't see the key anymore when it was towed. So I managed to get, his name is Sunday. He's a 53-year-old man, head driver of Tata Motors. I managed to get him to stand up. The jeans trouser I wore that day still has the blood stains on my lap because I got him on my left side so that my right hand could be free in case I needed to
bounce anybody.
Bounce is not that because this is my dominant hand, this is my stronger arm. So I held him.
Needed to James Bond anybody.
James Bonding is very hard because in James Bond the moves are planned. The stuntman knows where it's going. But this guy, so imagine if I had gotten him up and I was leaving and somebody used the plank from the back to hit my head and I was down.
One of those hollow blocks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
I got injured.
2 men down actually.
I actually have an injury on my leg.
Before you hear, they'll say, "My partner."
If you watch the video closely, there was a point where I went to the left a bit and I had to withdraw myself back because I got hit. I knew I got hit, but I didn't have time to think about what damage had been done to my leg. The block landed directly. It connected my leg at one of those blocks because I was putting myself in the face of these guys that were throwing the blocks.
So it doesn't touch.
Exactly. And when I make myself bigger than them and my arms are out, they don't have a shot, no clear line of sight. So I was doing that round until I got them to back off, shouting, "Police, police, police, police." And that worked for me then. And I got him up. The first place I wanted to go to was a fenced compound because that provided shelter for us. It has a fence as a gate. It was locked. The second place I went to was this furniture making shop. They told me, get this, take him away. Don't come.
But that place is not far from the police station now. That
place is 1.1 kilometers away from the station. 1.1 kilometers away from the station. He was not an indigent. He was not even familiar with the roads of Benin City. He drives through the bypass, then, you know, especially drivers now, we only know the roads we know. But the inside towns, you may not know them in a different states. So he didn't know, he wasn't aware of whatever was like, he wasn't aware of the location of the police station. It was only when we rescued him, because I had backup eventually, that we now told him that the station was not far away. He could only made it. He was chased 9 kilometers. 9.5
from the bypass.
From the bypass, Sapler bypass.
He was chased from the bypass.
Sapler bypass, because incidents happened according to the story. Now I'm quoting him directly because I have a video. Like, you know, he told me that. He says in English. He was not so fluent in English. He says he slowed down because of a vehicle in front of him. Then heard a loud bang behind him. Tried to check what was going on. Then saw the crowd approaching him.
So
he ran for his life. In that process, you run first, ask questions later.
Then from the viral video, I could hear one of the bikemen say he jumped somebody for Ogege. That's why they chased him.
They chased him.
Yeah, but perception is a very, very dangerous thing. Your perspective from where you stand is a very dangerous thing. You can stand here and it looks like a 6, and they'll stand there and it looks like a 9. Yes, there must have been a bike that fell. There must have been a woman on top, because that gingered them, that gave them, you know, some sort of ginger to go after him. But there has not been any official reports, to my knowledge.
Because with the price of fuel these days, to chase somebody with your
fuel, all the way, that thing must be viewed.
There must be something that must have really happened.
Yeah.
Yes, I can say for a fact that he heard a loud bang, which I'm assuming was the lady or the bike man that ran into him being too close, and the lady was on the ground. Have you ever seen a person involved in an accident? For a minute or two, they can't stand up. If it's non-fatal, for a minute or two, they will not be able to stand up, you know.
They are disoriented.
And, you know, that was what they saw. And the fact that, you know, now, explain me this. Someone is coming from Lagos to Port Harcourt. He's at the bypass. If he wants to run away, where do you think he will head towards?
He was coming from Lagos.
He had taken the bypass past Benin. Like, he has passed, like, bypass, the idea of the bypass is to bypass the town. He has taken the bypass. That's the highway. He has already gotten to the bypass. Now, this is the bypass point. That thing happens. Where do you run?
You run forward, not
backward, right? Yeah. Sunday was running back to the station, was running back to shelter when he was bracketed by those guys. When he was managed to be like, they managed to catch him. And then...
he turned.
I don't know how he did it. He withstood to almost over 25 minutes of chase.
That's actually a long chase.
It was impressive.
For being honest.
25 minutes of chase. Who can stand that? I don't know which driver.
Your problem.
I have not met. I have not met most drivers or escort drivers that can do that. So he was about 25 minutes of chase. At the end of the day, like I said, I tried to get into the first property, it was locked. Second property said actually remove him from there. He was bleeding. He looks, first of all, if you see Sunday and the way he was hit and everything, he looked like he's slim, so he looks kind of like one of them. By one of them, you know what I'm talking about, them. So that was the first initial reaction. People thought maybe he stole the car.
Double wahala.
So they are shouting thief.
Yeah.
They are attacking somebody. They drag a man that looks to be of the gates of one of those people that are attacking him. So it's assumed, okay, maybe he stole the car. So perception is a very, very, very bad thing. And people should actually allow for room, you know, for people to explain themselves. And that's not the point anyways. And I got to the back of I managed to get him to the bush. Not bush per se, but there was the back of another shop. Beside the welder shop, there were some rods. I was looking at them. I was like, you know, if this thing comes to the worst, if they keep I don't know, like they stopped. They kind of backed off when I started going. So I kept looking over my shoulder. I was not comfortable. So I got him to that point, and I told him, sit down here. So I was checking to see. Immediately I pulled out my phone and dialed the police control room number. Then they answered police control room, having a debut of assistance. I told them my rank, I told them my ID number, and I told them I was in distress because I just saved someone from a lynching and I was in danger of being lynched myself. I gave them my location, and they dispatched to the nearest. The station is not far, so in about 10 minutes I had gotten back up, and they had placed themselves in strategic positions. You understand? Those 10 minutes were the longest of my life.
Well, that experience must have been crazy.
Exactly.
Those 10 minutes. When I got to the back of the shop, a large guy approached me. He was like, "Who are you?" Like the same thing that played out in the furniture shop when they told me to leave, to get him out of there. Everybody's scared. They don't know the extent to the aggression of these people.
But at that point where you were doing it, did you kind of feel any regrets? Like,
no.
What if I die here today?
No.
Because it could have easily happened.
Yes.
Well, you see, there's...
Yeah, but your face flat, all this your chest, so you just...
all this your must go first go down.
I've been in danger before, Zadi. I've been in danger. What is a real danger? Danger that you know you will die. And I know what it feels like. They didn't feel like it for me.
Oh.
But at that point, you were like, you were the danger.
So you knew that you could conquer this one.
No, you were, at that point, you were the danger.
You kind of knew that.
That's why we have like almost all operators in Nigeria, all private, for conventional. They have one man we look up to on social media. His name is Iron Operator on TikTok. He says, "Stay safe and remain dangerous."
Word.
So yeah, then I was dangerous. I was the danger, yeah. But I was also, looking to be safe. So I quickly dialed the police control room number. They responded accordingly. They gave my number to the divisional traffic officer, because it's a traffic incident, irrespective of, that's a DTO, irrespective of whatever happens after that incident. At first is what? A traffic incident. So the DTO contacted me. They were aware already, they were rushing towards me. He contacted me and, they got to me. People around were like, there were still people, now there was still a crowd there, mind you. The same people that did not react when he was saved, when he was going through that.
He was being lynched,
There were people that were around me. Now, I didn't even trust any of them. I was just hoping the police would come. So I told someone I saw at the generator repair shop that was looking to repair the generator that followed me there after I'd gotten him out. I told him, go and check the vehicle now. For anything you can see, like his phone, anything, go and check that vehicle now. So he went there because he had the mind to go back there, and luckily his 2 phones were still in the vehicle.
Oh wow!
There was money in his bag; it was still in the vehicle. The papers, everything was intact. Just the key of the vehicle we couldn't find. Even all the let me say spare parts that they carried, because the motor company. So I assume they had their branded parts, like some boxes. Everything was intact. Everything was later told to the.
Well, at least that's a good sign.
Yeah,
they didn't steal anything.
They were not out to steal.
They just wanted him.
Wanted to take his life.
And help came. We took him to the nearest
police station.
Hospital first.
Oh.
Mind you, there was a very big gash on his forehead where blood was pouring out of. So at first his face was covered in blood. You were not even seeing his face. I was standing over him. I checked my leg by that time. I saw the very big gash on my leg too, swollen up. I just rolled it up. I was like, you know what? No problem. It's one of those things. It's one of the hardest of the job. So
at this very moment now, Mr. Sunday owes you his life.
Actually, for being honest.
I guess, but
have you checked in on him ever since?
He texts me now. We talk. I got him to, after the hospital, went back to the station. They verified that his things were still intact. We still checked for the key. The vehicle was bad. It was bad. All the glasses were damaged. The tire they brought was there. They were about to put the tire over his neck.
I'm watching the video right now, and I can see one of the guys. He wanted to pull off the door. Now that one, I do your door.
Everybody's running a door.
Because that's
what I say. I give it to the start.
I don't know. It's a new vehicle, so there's nothing shaky on it.
What do you mean
he tried to pull the door to they didn't call the check in hand.
See, the guy that they look say tomorrow in case I don't see food chop, I'll send this one. No.
And to be honest, that video showing that guy, I don't think he has been arrested.
No.
A lot of people don't know this thing happened even the people in Limits Road.
This one thing about
it's
mob.
like
This one
literally
thing about
behind us.
mob.
I was not aware.
This one thing about mob action, because they are much. You get people are plenty. How many police officers are to the highest?
No, it's not. That's not the real thing, though. You see, how many people police wants to arrest is a very, I'm coming to that. I thought about that after the decision. We're in pain. I tried to think of some solutions that could have been implemented to prevent that from happening, whereby they do those things and they go scot-free without being caught. I thought about a system, and I even prepared a memo in my head to the state government. It's like, this is what we need to do to prevent these guys from actually having to go scot-free from such things. Understand? The reason why people don't know that Sunday or myself were involved in that particular fracas because the guy did not die.
True.
Death has a spreading itself. Bad news has a spreading.
That's very true. If he had died in less than 5 minutes, we would have heard that somebody just died at limit.
And here's the thing, though. The fact that he did not die means that there was no ripple effect. Ripple effect in the sense that when these people, them kill someone, unalive someone, there's usually reprisal attacks on them too.
Yes.
So it's an all-out war.
But only the difference is, in this case, they didn't attack an indigene.
No, at that point, nobody would know. Did you know it was not an indigene?
True. At that point in time, the thought is,
the thing is,
person.
Because this thing has happened before.
For limits.
You get it has happened before. I think it happened to us on that same OMOGHENE side when it happened. But the person they killed was an indigene. So of course, the people want answers. You get, because this one that happened now, there's no one person that will say,
I know
mob
the guy.
kill somebody, let me go and attack the mob. You get, but if it was an indigene that happened to the people now, after maybe a few hours, people now say, they kill our person, what we go do? They'll go and gather themselves. But in this case, who would have done that for Mr. Sunday?
What happens to humanity?
How can you identify a dead body?
Yeah.
A dead body.
How can you identify a dead body? When everything has been robbed off, who died get family. One.
It doesn't mean the
if he had been burnt alive, if he had been burnt alive, would he be able to identify him?
Identify?
Immediately.
No. What I'm saying, I'm not talking about immediately.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there will be, it might not be that same day, but
an incident happened in Saple. I was in Saple on an assignment last week, and we couldn't get bikes to go around Saple. Why? The same thing happened.
So
and they succeeded.
The bike,
no. There was now a law in Saple that no Aboki should ride a bike. And it's enforced to the point that if you enter a street, you'll see these task force guys, these strong men in quotes that work with the task force. They are waiting for the people.
I was coming to that because this mob that did this thing now, they've broken so many laws. One, bike has been banned in the 3 local governments here in Benin Metropolis.
Okay.
So
bike has been banned from Oredo, Ego, and Iboba.
So the fact that
they were riding bike, first of all,
it's already a crime.
Okay.
It's illegal.
It's already a crime. You get, and now you now leeching somebody is another crime.
Assault and battery, attempted murder.
You see,
if you want to start,
very plenty.
Reporting exactly trespass, many things.
Very plenty.
Well, all that is just terminology. It's English language compared to someone losing his life.
And it's crazy because they do these things
with impunity. And sometimes people support them. That's the mentality. That's the mindset.
Like you said, perspective
matters.
That's why they were shouting Ole. Meanwhile, the guy was not even a thief.
In the case of Saple, the Aboki bike man accused an indigene bike man of theft of a bike. From eyewitness reports, they begged. I think some people were appealing to their because I don't know why there was no intervention. Let's say first, there was no police intervention at the time. Response time for security agents is low in Nigeria.
Very, very. We can't get to that because that is on a different perspective. There's no intervention because the woman in that video was shot. Somebody call police, so call police. Yeah, I could hear.
Yeah,
and the station was not far.
When you
Somebody could have run to the police station to bring them out if I saw.
It was actually it's a long run. I'm not going to. It's a long run.
No, there were people
now,
driving. If not someone that, if not
somebody that was at least passing.
There's somebody. People did call. People passing. They phoned. I think I'm almost certain that the commissioner's office was called that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, someone saw that and called the commissioner and said. So the commissioner was very much interested in that. That's thing actually. That is.
But I come to now, nobody has.
That is on a need to know basis. You may not need to know. You may not see something working.
Okay.
But it's working. And who to call, how to call in Nigeria for help is a problem.
Yeah.
I was lucky because being a police officer, you are privy to some things.
Yeah.
And I've had access to the numbers of the control room because I usually, that station that happened, I frequented it. I had a sort of connection with them.
Mm.
So I've been privy to some things. I go there for advice because my unit is supernumerary. And a lot of people do not know what this supernumerary is.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So please, can you explain to those of us that do not know?
What us and the general public?
Okay, so the police supernumerary unit is a unit of the Nigerian police force, whereby private companies, parastatals, or organizations who need police officers to carry out police duties within their companies. And they made applications for officers. You understand? It started off when people needed officers, and there was lack of manpower. And so the police force then said, bring your officers, and we will train them. So Section 22 to 25 of the Police Act and Regulations of 2020 provides the basis, provides the grounding for supernumerary police in Nigeria. So we are police officers. We are members of the Nigerian police force. We swore an oath of allegiance. We're trained in police training school, mostly police training school in Ikeja, Lagos. Okay. We have courses. We have ranks. We get promoted, but we serve a primary function as regards your organization. Do you understand? I run a protection service, which is my organization, which involves in protection of lives and properties, specifically to people who can pay for it. That's why I told you initially, you have to pay.
If I have money now, I cannot.
VIP training.
My question is, are you guys allowed to carry arms?
That's a very touchy subject, you know. As a whole, no.
Because if I'm paying for protection,
exactly. Is it condo you want to use to protect? I
expect it to be strapped up, not holding.
Exactly. Don't hold a baton, no.
I thought God is the master protector.
Because your chest now cannot collect bullets. It's not bulletproof. You need to. You understand?
As a whole, the unit is not trained with firearms.
Oh, okay.
But within the unit, based on the fact that each police officer on the supernumerary unit plays a primary role with a primary company, there are some situations that may warrant them to use firearms if it's applied through the proper channels. Training and everything. That's now specialization.
Also, are you allowed to arrest? Are you allowed to make arrests?
Within the jurisdictions of a company, yes. Okay, let me give you a perfect example. As a primary police officer, you can serve as the chief security officer or head of security of an infrastructure. Imagine if somebody broke into that infrastructure and your guards held him down. Yes, you're allowed to arrest that person and detain him till conventional forces show up.
So is that why you couldn't probably make any arrests that day?
No, I couldn't make. My primary function there was not to make an arrest.
It was just to save the guy.
To just save
the saving the guy came from personal core beliefs. Yeah. I've experienced it before. I know what it means for people to be against you, and no one knows your story. You understand? Someone says, pray that nobody is only God. Pray that it's not just God that knows the truth at that particular time.
And so that was also you being a good person, a good human.
Maybe being a good person, then also being vested
and a good
with
citizen.
The powers and privileges of a police officer. In that situation, yes, I could act. Yes, I could save a life.
Okay, I was going to pay you now for a protection. But now that you say you are not allowed to carry arms, we'll have to price the fee. Your fee now. You say you we need to pay for protection.
Yeah.
And now that you're not carrying out,
All
it means we have
inquiries,
to-
all inquiries will have to be, put to our company.
No, but we'll price it now. You have to reduce percentage because now you are not allowed to carry
Okay,
out.
first of all, I'm a close protection officer.
Okay.
Not necessarily have to be armed. As a close protection officer that I am, I don't necessarily have to be armed, although it's advisable you are armed. But a close protection officer does just more than be a shield. Is both the backbone of any protection infrastructure that such high net worth individuals or VIP may procure. He's the synergy, he's the glue that brings it all together. He's the one that knows what's going to come and what has happened. He's the one that sees the things before they come and he plans accordingly. The whole thing, when you're seeing these guys on DSS attires, protecting the governor, protecting anybody they are protecting, it's due to close protection.
Yeah,
Now,
but they are armed.
They are armed, yes. But 90% of the job of a security personnel is planning.
Yeah, and to
is
stop something from happening
is
before it
identifying, is observation, is planning. 10% or 5%. See, use of arms is about 5%. Reaction is about 5%. So that's like 10% of the total big picture. The big picture is what? Have a system that can ensure that your person is protected.
But as my protector, I'll feel safer.
Right,
If you are strapped.
If I'm strapped?
Yeah.
Okay, now, in an ideal situation, a close protection officer works with armed officers of the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps. They are armed with rifles. And a CPO may not necessarily need to be armed because he's going to follow the man everywhere.
You'll be like his shield.
Yes. He's the one that decides the extraction of the VIP. He's the one that follows he's the one that has a team, or he may even be the team himself that goes to a place to pre-plan checks, plan routes. Some of escorts you see on the road going wing one with siren. Some of them don't have close protection officers. They are just people who.
That's why they are going wing one.
True.
They have because they will not wing one.
Because protection is not just. It's not just. It's not just all.
Because that wing one, you are drawing attention to yourself.
It's a skill that is imbued into people through training by a registered close protection officer. Security companies, registered security companies who have trained their personnel, or registered training centers who have given such trainings. Some of them will have Aguila Resources Limited. That's like a very good friend of mine and a mentor. And he trains people. Or you can find out someone at TSG, that's Target Search Group Africa. There's also one other one I've forgotten to mention, Atlas Strategies Limited. And so it was looking at all these people, then I decided to form create my company of projection and created the Lighting Strategies Limited. So necessarily
say the name again.
Lighting Strategies Limited.
Lighting Strategies
Limited.
LYTON.
Okay, so if we are going to contact you now to, patronize you for your services, how do we get to you? Well, how do we reach you? How do people reach you?
The company number is 08177 508 744. But you can also reach it on TikTok at Lighting Strategies Limited. We also answer DMs for inquiries.
Instagram,
so the thing is that we do, like I was explaining, the jobs of a close protection officer or a security manager. You do planning, you do strategic planning, you do advanced checks, you do even vehicular checks. You have briefs with the VIP you are protecting in order to let him know what the plan of exfil is. A lot of people see security as carrying a gun. But look at me, without a gun, no shot was fired. But I protected that guy.
What if the other people had gun?
Oh, you have used to protect your own self.
Did they have guns?
Did you know that?
Did they have?
If they had, we would not be doing this interview today.
It's true, Shao. If they had, we would not be here
that brings a very important lesson. Know your battles.
Because maybe if they had gun, you not have nothing.
I don't think so.
So I'm curious here. After that incident, in that video, the comment section, I could see people saying, "Oh, so police officer So police officer they get sense like this. So police officer is this person?" What has been the reaction of the general public towards you after that incident?
Nothing. I go on my day. Like my day is like I'm normal.
Even online?
Yeah,
because you are a hero.
Exactly. People are not shouting Melly when you're walking.
But now say you're supposed to have your own close protection.
I don't know. I feel as if it was part of my job. All I want is for the government, the state government, to recognize that thing happened and to help put measures in place.
And enforce the bike laws, the laws against.
And to help put measures in place. Like I said, I thought about it and I gave it deep thoughts of what could have been done to prevent the security situation of that particular incident. Because we are coming to a time in Nigeria, and Edo State primarily, Benin City to be exact, we're coming to a time whereby real crime is coming back. When I say real crime, I mean violent crime.
Yeah.
Armed robberies.
It's been
snatching.
a crazy few weeks.
It's been a crazy few weeks, right? Something happened in towards the Bowa axis recently. It's going to be crazy very soon.
They were back to burglaries, robbing, kidnapping.
Why? Why are we back to that? Why? Why do you think we're back to that? Why do you think it's coming? It's coming. Why do you think so?
I just feel it's the situation of the country.
Yeah, generally, Nigeria, people are hungry.
Of the country first,
people are, that's for me.
People are hungry, and the one source of, of funds for some people that have the violent tendencies has been greatly diminished.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yes, you know that. True. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that well is drying up.
Yes, it's dry. So now they are back to their own.
The well of real crime. People have gotten soft.
Yeah.
People have, taken things for granted. So people need to wake up. You understand? People are hungry. So I need people to know that you need to protect yourselves. Then we need to protect each other. We need people to stand as one and say no to such incidences of violence, no to more violence, then yes to reforms of law enforcement, yes to more response time, yes to a lot of positive things. So that by the time the bad men show, the dangerous people come, we will stay safe and remain dangerous.
Yes, and be the danger.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, because nothing comes out of being someone who is not dangerous and has no capacity to be. It's better to be dangerous, have the capacity to hurt people, but choose to be peaceful, than to be peaceful because, well, you have no other choice.
You don't have the ability.
I was talking to somebody recently, and he said he had a show, and he closed up the show, I think 1 or 2 a.m., but he works with a live band, so he was going back home, him and his girlfriend at the time. So he had his bag, money they spray and everything, just the time they go. Then as he reached Ringo, he observed that some boys were just targeting him. You get, and he
telling him.
Yeah, and he was very street smart. You get, so he just saw, those women that sell at Tingo that night. He just walk up to her and say, "Mama, I beg, give me one cigar." This guy does not smoke. His girlfriend knows that he does not smoke. The girl was like, what did happen? The guy likes the guy. And then Saturday make up. He said, I go fuck this guy up. See that guy going? That was what saved him. Yeah. The fact that they saw him as, this one was
our person, this one are one of us. This one like say, if we rough us back.
These days, there are some people that they just try to look rough just to save themselves. So that BENIN go say, I'm going to say, are we men, I them man. I mean, this guy, I know he was good for it.
Exactly. It's because a criminal who is going to attack you is also scared.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't know who you are.
They don't know who you are. So if you want to prevent being a victim, don't look like a victim. Don't look like
but
a victim.
But the problem now is, how can the police differentiate?
Exactly. Police go back everybody.
Between you
that's also true.
And the actual ruffian.
Imagine that police cause and say, so who you want fuck up? So I want to
that's the best situation because.
But I still feel maybe it's better you get issue with the police.
No.
Than to have with them.
Whoever has
police,
issue with the police, whoever has issue with the police will leave to explain himself.
Yes, at least you can obviously come outside and drag the police and all that, but
we're not dragging the police.
No, but with these people, you can actually you feel from there go. They feel actually do you anything.
It's crazy, Shamu, with the police still from there go.
No be like. That's true.
But according to let's not drag.
Yeah, let's not drag the police.
So I was going to ask again. I don't know. The Edo State Secretariat.
Yeah.
And the John Odogwu Civil Service Academy. I don't know if you know Jupsa. It's close to the state.
Behind the secretariat.
No, but it's close to the police headquarters.
Okay, that road behind the secretariat.
I don't know if you know. There are some police officers there. I think they call them constabularies.
Yeah, police.
Also,
okay. Special constabulary.
I feel like they are still like this spy.
Yeah, because like I told you, there are different units in the police force. That's why people are not aware of that. So there's special constabulary, there's a police primary unit, and there's the police service commission, which covers the other units of the police. Yeah.
So these ones are just no guns too. They are just there. They are black and black.
So,
but their uniform is quite.
What about the people who wear orange and black?
Those are traffic warders. They're under the police service. No, they're under the police service commission.
Oh,
yeah, they are police officers.
They are all police.
But they don't carry content.
No, they are.
Like I said, the 80% of.
I feel like 80% of the work. See, I feel like those are the policemen that, anytime you see them, just hug them. Tell them everything will be
fine. Traffic warders.
Yes.
Why? Those ones that is on.
Those ones.
They go through a lot.
Wallahi.
Do you know why? There was another reason why I wasn't scared of those. I was scared. I'm not. There's another reason why I tell you I've seen real danger, and I know when real danger. You understand? There's something else happened in Edo State that I think it was kind of swept under the rug. Not swept under the rug, but it was kind of it was viral. Why? Because someone died. 2024 in Airport Road, there was an incident whereby a rival group
police was shot.
Yeah.
I was supposed to drive the very first vehicle coming out of the escort. Nose first out of the station. The VIP I was driving, whose vehicle I was driving, entered the bulletproof vehicle belonging to someone else. So we had to follow that vehicle. Because there was reports of them gathering. So I think he must have been trying to prevent some sort of fracas. Knowing that now, because at that point you are the escort driver, the one who wants to, the one with the vibe. Then the bragado, the commando, the one in front. Because even when Ganduje came to Benin, I was the one who led the convoy for the prayers and everything. So I'm always liking, being at the back of the convoy doesn't really make any sense.
You always want to be in front.
Exactly. So I already pushed on after the music truck to go forward, and the next thing is we pull back for the then now President Governor's convoy to go first because then it was contesting. So we pulled back, they went forward, and the next thing was ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
So, till today, I'm still trying to figure out what happened.
Exactly.
With that one?
At that airport,
That's another story.
It's crazy because
I wouldn't mind hearing since you are here already because we don't have first-hand information.
We later saw pictures of people wielding guns.
Okay.
There are some that we saw their pictures.
I have a video of. I think I was the last person that recorded that police officer life, but
today they are in government, and I'm going to come to that. The police officer, we saw pictures of people holding guns, people that were not supposed to be holding guns. They had pump action rifles.
How do you know they're not supposed to be holding guns?
Some of them are in government today because they are not police officers.
So what he's saying is that they are not police officers. People who
I know for a fact that they are not police officers.
Officers.
So why would they be?
But could they have been?
A pump action is prohibited. Is one of the is listed as personal firearm.
For hunting.
No, it's a personal firearm.
Yeah,
it's a personal firearm.
The license you are given is for hunting.
Okay.
Are you hunting at the airport?
What's it for?
Are you hunting at the airport?
What's it for?
It's for hunting.
I know for a fact that I know for a fact that even with your license,
you can't take a life. There's no license to kill.
You cannot take a life.
Even in self-defense, you do everything you tried. You must do everything.
If armed robbers come to your house, one is holding a gun, one is not, and you shoot the one that is not holding a gun, you go to prison for it. You get because the license you are giving is for hunting.
Okay.
Yeah, for games,
and for defense, sports. Yeah,
it's not. So why would you be holding?
I cannot speak on that. I can only tell you that. Yeah. What I know is what I know.
Me now, my question is, that thing happened in front of a hospital.
Faith Mediplex.
Yes, and a police officer was shot. Why not just take him to the hospital immediately?
That brings him back to the issue of security as a whole. Okay, if you are the CSO of a hospital or the CSO of any organization and you start hearing shots fired, what would you do?
If I'm a CSO?
Yes.
First of all, I'll close down my facility.
Actually.
Shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down.
That's what they did. I don't blame them.
But to a police officer?
So so you're saying they closed their gates?
I don't know if they closed their gates, but I don't think it was accessible.
I get that they were not.
I
know that that's what protocol would demand.
Yes,
but for the fact that
all right, so let me tell you things. Let me tell you things from my point of view because it's what I know and what I saw was this. we were at the airport to receive the present governor and Shaibu, Philip Shaibu. And we had received them. They stood on the music truck. They waved people. There was this popular jingle then with the election. Every election has a jingle. And they had displayed the jingle. They were praise worshippers. So the convoy went forward with the praise worshippers and they were approaching the exit gates. Now, based on the rally, based on the gathering in front of the state headquarters after the shooting, Tony Kabaka said that they had told the commissioner of police, but I don't have I was not privy to that conversation, but they said they had informed them, the authorities, that there was some gathering. They had seen them because they know themselves. You understand? So they had seen them and they had felt, okay, they report to the commissioner who was then present. After that incident, he was transferred out. Yes, he was deployed. But they said they saw them, but I don't know. What I saw was the music truck, they displayed, we positioned to move. I was trying to be the first because when everybody's coming after, when the gang up, like I said, the gang up, the build up is not happening and people start fighting for space. I don't like that. I positioned first, or I backed out of the convoy. By the time I was already, like you see from that VIP protocol point, the VIP point, I had driven up to, let me say, arrival gate. Just between arrival and departure, when we saw the praising guys running back and we're hearing shots. The convoy kept moving, despite the shots fired. I don't know how. I wasn't seeing what was going on, but the detail with me was armed. There was a sergeant, and he had, opened his
the door.
He had opened the safety catch of his weapon.
Okay.
He had removed the safety.
Just to get ready, just in case.
Just in case. So we realized that the reason why these praising guys were running was because there were assailants outside. I did not see these assailants with my own eyes. There were reports of some of them being in government. There were reports of I do not know that for a fact. What I saw was it was my turn to pull out of the airport. I saw this man holding his tummy. He had been shot.
Yeah, that's the mobile police.
Yes, the mobile policeman.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. I saw 2 or 3 other mobile police officers laying down fire. Laying down suppressive fire at full rapid automatic, full auto.
Yeah, AK-47.
Full auto at whatever they were laying down fire at, which I would presume was assailants.
Yeah.
There were no reports. They didn't kill anyone. They didn't injure anyone. Up to there was no report of whatever that happened. But I saw them laying down fire. That's towards Iyama. They said they took, Iyama. I don't know where they said they took, but they were laying down fire at that point. The police officer was coming back with his wound. Another police officer was with a smoke grenade, one we call smoke. A smoke grenade was running, and after the guy with the shot, the bullet wound, after he passed, the guy with the smoke grenade went back because he ran out of smoke grenade. I think it was only one. He was the only one on that team that had smoke grenade. If he had more guys, maybe this tear gas would have been able to disperse those guys. But I don't know that for a fact. So he goes back and collects the rifle of the guy that has been injured, and they put him in a bus, a white bus, and the bus starts speeding to the other side. I don't know which hospital they took him to. But we later found out after, because the procession now slowed down and kept moving until we got to the APC secretariat at Ikpopa. The commissioner of police then showed up. That was after the fact. The tensions were high. People were angry. They were hurling insults. And at a point, it felt like they were going to hurl projectile stones at the commissioner. So he hightailed it out of there. He ran away. Tactical retreat. Anyhow. Then within less than an hour, a very large truck from the Mopo 5 comes with mobile police officers to have sort of a show of force. No, I think it was like, no. They call them buffaloes, not trucks. They're like these blue vehicles. Exactly, so they call them buffalo. So a few buffaloes came and dropped off officers from the mobile 5 units. And I know that because I spoke to them as a police officer. I went up. They didn't know what was going on till that point. They just knew that they were ordered to be there, so they were there waiting for instructions. And then I think the commander of the Mopo 5 came with some instructors that were still in instructor uniform, and I know that because I know one of them personally. So I spoke to him. I showed him the video of who was shot, and I explained to the man what I saw, what I know. before they entered inside. I don't know what happened inside. I was, like I said, then I was a constable and I was an escort driver. So there are some levels that are higher than my pay grade. So what I'm just told you is what I saw and what I know about the incident.
I followed the incident online because at that time a lot of people were doing Facebook Live.
Yeah.
You get, so I saw the officer holding his stomach.
Yeah, holding his stomach, yeah.
And he was still holding his gun.
Yes. As he walked past, when he now started stumbling.
Yeah. To me, I feel at that moment he was still very, very much alive and very much active. You get, which means they had time to have taken him to the hospital.
That what you think?
I'm talking from what I saw.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly what you saw. Yeah. That you think. But I don't know how a bullet once released into the air, once it makes contact, most usually breaks off into fragments.
Yeah. Yeah,
those fragments. Not just pumpation is already in BBs. Small balls, depending if it's lead, depending on the size of the BBs. But that's and when those BBs
I don't know
contact,
which gun hit him. We don't know if it's from a pump action or the type of gun that actually hit him.
Exactly. But we assumed then that it was an AK-47 rifle. So when such projectiles hit your body, it breaks off into small pieces. I'm not a medical expert. I can't tell you how long he had, definitely.
To be alive.
So, and you know how healthcare is in Nigeria. So I cannot tell you how much time definitely he had. But I can tell you, the fact that from the time that vehicle zoomed off, the white bus zoomed off with him inside, lying down on the floor, because he couldn't even stand at that point again. From the time the bus zoomed off with him to the healthcare center they took him to, till the time we got the news that he had passed on was about maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes. Maybe an hour.
Yeah. Because I
was with the procession till we went from the...
Yeah, because they used his dead body to...
Yeah, I was with the procession till night when his body was deposited at the Nigerian Military Hospital.
I still feel that guy's case could have been handled.
And that's also another reason why violence in Edo State election last 2 years was no longer much again, because he paid it to life. He paid the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty.
Yeah.
And
but it's quite sad.
That was one time. That was another time I still didn't feel like I was in danger. So
it's crazy.
Like
I feel they played politics with
you feel, but
thing.
bro, I can't speak to that. All I can tell you is what I know and what I did that day.
So in all of this, I'm now curious to know why exactly you do this for a living.
Why I protect people for a living?
Yes.
Why did you choose this career path?
Let's leave money out of it. You don't look like you are hungry. No offense. You look at your muscles now. Don't put me inside talk.
It's quite obvious you earn more than me.
You don't put me inside talk.
You are fresher.
See your.
You are fresher.
Okay. So why do I do what I do?
So why do you do it?
It stems from, let me say...
Is it from that experience with your mom?
Not really.
Because by then you said you already had uniform knowledge.
Yes, I was in the Nigerian Army Cadets Corps when I was in... It's NACC. It was an organization that now is no longer called Nigerian Army Cadets Corps, but we wore OG green uniforms and sometimes camouflage. I was told then to act the bodyguard part of my mates when I was in SS1. Before that incident, yeah? And I told them, never. Is it because I'm a cadet? Like, why can't I act the king? I mean, was acting the king.
And they wanted to be funny Igwe.
Yeah, but
now you're actually acting.
14 years later.
Yeah,
just look at
personal protection.
Exactly. Why do I do what I do? It stems from an unwavering belief to always help other people, always be a buffer between bad people and myself. I tried joining the Nigerian Defense Academy as a cadet one time in 2017, 2018, and 2019. That was the 69, the 70, and the 71 regular course intake. I made it all the way to the Armed Force Selection Board in Abuja, Ribadu Cantonment, but I got disqualified on medical reasons. Holus phagos and maybe weight. Then I became a bouncer. Then now I was already a bouncer. So why do
They say
I
you
do?
too grab for the
You're
force.
too.
They say you
Your
too
chest is too
grab for
much.
the
Your
force.
abdomen is too much.
It's not that. There are limited slots available, and I understand that maybe I didn't make the cut for.
No, we shouldn't understand things like this.
Why?
No, because you just see how you are taking it like it's normal.
It's one of
But
those
if I had made it to the academy and made it into, I've been a commission officer, I wouldn't have been there to protect Sunday.
You would have been let
Every
to
bad
protect
thing
more.
that
No,
happens
you would
to
have
me.
been let to protect more people.
Okay.
You would have protected more
Or
people.
there probably would have been another Sunday somewhere that
Yeah,
you
there will
have
definitely be
protected
another
them.
Sunday.
I felt bad when I watched the Jaws video. Now nobody stepped in. I felt bad after I stepped in and I heard about the saplings and still nobody stepped in. Why do I do what I do? Because I try to make a difference. I try to help. I try to protect. I always had this deep burning desire to wear a uniform and to serve and protect.
Did you have a uniform background? Like, was your dad,
No.
your grandfather,
My
your
mom,
uncle?
my dad, everybody in my family is a civilian. Everybody in
So
my
it's
family.
just
I'm just the abnormal. I'm an anomaly. It's an innate desire.
How do they feel about this whole thing?
They're used to my heroics. This is not the very first time I've done that. I did it in Uniben way back again. I have other stories of doing similar things to rescue people. A thief was locked down in Uniben, and I called the security. I ran the way you said once runs the station. I ran down to the nearest outpost because I mastered all of them. I ran down out of breath. Man of war, please, someone they want to kill a thief. Same thing.
You saved the thief.
Yeah, same thing always happens. I always find myself.
Your concern is life.
My concern is life, not. My concern is life, and I have been privileged to be just put in a situation where I can save. If I help, if it's not just life, it's just being a nice person. You understand? Just help people. Because I would like to be helped too. I was helped. I owe my life to those people who saved us back then, and I feel as if they saved me too. Also, it's just one is my innate ability and desire to wear a uniform and to actually serve. Two is my anomaly because I know some conventional officers wouldn't have done what I did, given that incident happening in front of them. But it is what it is. It has happened. I will do it again, over and over again.
I know you will.
Actually.
Yeah, but next time you bill me.
I kind of want to speak on the Sapler issue. I know it has happened, but what do you think could have been done differently?
For the Sapler issue?
Yes.
Not just the Sapler issue, I think, but for every other issue. Response time has to be a thing in the reform of law enforcement. We need to have a standard response time. I watched a video whereby somebody got into a crash in a state in the US. The car flipped, people were trying to help. And before the video reached 2 minutes, 15 seconds, there were police officers on scene. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. The video of the incident with Sunday took about 4 minutes, 3 minutes something, 3 minutes and some change. Yeah. We need to have a system of response by the law enforcement. Know that if it's 4 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, let it be that time to respond to incidences. That alone, first of all, will build trust in citizens, knowing that police responds appropriately. Not a situation where there's no fuel, there's no lights, organo day around. I had an incident as a commander of a security company where I went to respond to my guard being beaten up by the Edo State Security Network. Now, this is another shortcoming of security station in Edo State. A guard on lawful duty, guarding a complex, is beaten up by security operatives.
The vigilante.
The vigilante. I went to arrest them all that night. And they said the nearest police had been called. They said they're coming. When they found out I was police, they called me back door and said, oh boy, we'll not get fuel. We'll not come. And it was not a life-threatening thing in their own aspect. So these things have to be put in place. What do I think will happen is there has to be a major reform in terms of response time, in terms of having mobilizations. A police station is an office. And you know how offices run? Offices run on what? Money. You can't just put people somewhere and there's no money.
Even their welfare.
Yeah. Why would you go to a station and pay for a file? to open your case.
Yes, sir.
Like,
Why would you mobilize the team
people pay as high as
before they follow you for an
15,000
arrest?
to open a file.
Yeah, that is because there's been shortcomings from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if that shortcoming is addressed, then the response time would increase. I'm not saying we should completely scrap checkpoints, but checkpoints should be checkpoints for a certain reason, not checkpoints to collect money and say, Mama Alpha, and it's for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
You get
to harass
people, but that is another topic on its own. What should have happened in the supply incident was people should actually, I would advise people to please leave rescuing people for law enforcement or trained personnel. Leave that for them. So leave it for them, ordinarily speaking. If you're not trained for something, please don't do it. It is better to be alive and to be, yes, a coward or a bystander than to be trying to do something you're not trained for and then you get...
Okay, so in that case now, would you excuse the people that did not
do anything
when Sunday was being attacked?
No, I'm not going to excuse them. I'm talking about individuals that want to do what I did. One person, no, don't do it. Okay, I'm saying as a collective, you can come together and say, we stand for this.
Yeah, but what if one person is scared that if I step up now, it should be only me that's stepping up? I don't know if the next person is going to step up.
They are going to follow me.
If they don't have they don't have one mind, they cannot come out as a collective.
At the end of the day, it comes to the people. It comes to loving each other as humans before we start asking, what now, indigene, I been this tribe,
but if I get this mindset
tribe.
of saying now, I'm not they trained to fit rescue him like he did that day now, why do you think I want to put my life on the line?
Strength in numbers.
And it brings back to what I just said. I don't know what the next person is thinking.
Exactly. If it's easy, okay. Let's arrange it properly now. Don't go single-handedly to go and do something you're not trained to do. But strength in numbers also helps. But still don't go and do it. It's the job of law enforcement.
Because
strength in numbers should be an outcry for holding such people who are supposed to respond for such response accountable.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where strength in numbers should come in. I'm not advising anybody to do what I did. But as a collective voice, stepping into a mob may not even be advisable.
Exactly. You could wage the blocks. Another person
you know that the mob collective person.
Exactly. These don't feel meet you for eye and.
So what can be done differently is for people who have these people in mind. Who everybody here knows one big man. Everybody here knows one Oga. Everybody here is sort of related to some Oga, some of a person. Speak to these people that are supposed to actually take care of these things. Meetings should be held.
But it brings us back to politics.
Yeah,
it brings us back to politics.
We still go back to politics, honestly.
And they've turned everything to politics.
And that's why when you think about everything, that's why when you think, and now that's the mindset of someone who has seen that thing. His mind ultimately plays all these simulations out and sees most of them where he ends up dead and they don't intervene. Yeah. So what should happen in the supply incidents was I heard from eyewitnesses that people were begging these people. They were begging them to wait. They took it into their hands. What should have happened is that strict measures will be taken against anything involved in motorcycle riding. A system of jackets that carry barcodes that track the movements of these people should be created.
Funny enough, we had it.
Yes, they have it. Yes, well, it has not, like this. First of all, if you want, what could be put in place is that they operate with impunity. Yeah, that's the thing. Take away the impunity. Take away the cover of impunity. Give them a name. Give them a face. Give them an ID number.
No, in fact, they should enforce the ban on bikes.
Actually.
That's true, but still. That's true, but still. I would not say
the only ones that are left are the delivery bikes.
Yes. That being said,
and those ones can be tracked,
checked and they can be tracked, actually.
And we once had this security feature, like barcode on commercial vehicles.
Okay.
Buses, those Toyota Yaris.
That was the plan?
Yeah, where you scan the code before you even enter. You scan it. You see the
buses carry the barcode now.
Yeah, you see the name of the owner of the vehicle.
That's what that barcode is for.
Yes, not even the driver. The name of the owner of the vehicle, the chassis number.
Probably registered with the transport system.
Everything.
But where is that now?
Change of government, everything.
Wow. Wow.
So what could have been done in the Sapler incident should have been nothing would have been done actually. What would have been done before, and systems in place. Now, what can you do after now? That's what you really ask. You can't go back in time.
Yeah.
So
but you can do things to prevent it from happening in the future.
Nigerians don't learn from lessons. We wait, we react. What should be done now is to create a system whereby we don't react, we pre-act.
Yeah.
Understand? Prepare for stuff like that.
It's crazy. We just tend to politicize.
So we have to beg each and every one of ourselves, especially people who have their parents in government, that they should realize that danger, death, can happen to any of us. You can have the best protection system, but find yourself in a situation where you are lynched. See what happened to Edafe. At the end of the day, the most powerful man in a particular country was hiding in a pipe.
Yeah.
And I don't pray that for Nigeria. I don't pray that for anybody. But if care is not taken, a time is coming that
you head to that direction.
Even the elites will have nowhere to turn to. Nobody to cry to. So the collective change begins with you and me.
Yeah.
And people who go to stations to report matters, deciding not to pay. If everybody says no, if everybody says, we're not going to pay this thing, if everybody makes up their mind to do something,
things will work.
So what happens now is there should be collective decisions to do things. Don't pay bribes, because according to the last first PRO, if you pay a bribe, you're equally supporting the system. I know you want to live there. I know you want to go home and, not be stressed.
I've started getting emotional, and I realized that many of the things that we
take for granted,
struggle with, it just starts and ends with us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it starts and ends with us. And this has actually been a very, very insightful time. I've learned a lot. I did not know so many things that I know now.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot today with ASP Barton here on the seat.
So please, before we go, I don't know if you have any security tip that you want to give.
Ensure you stop flashy postings on people track people. People now these days, violence is everywhere, and you have to be careful. We should go back to the age of customs of being cautious. Stop posting flashy lifestyle, because that's how people get information. Though you are giving a criminal a tip of where you live. Your social media should not contain some certain things if you know you're not ready to get some certain things. It's like you're calling attention to yourself. I'm not saying do not celebrate.
If you have personal protection.
Exactly. If you know you don't have personal protection to some certain things, don't post some certain things. Even for the people who have personal protection, they will still not post certain things. So
their personal protector will advise them not to post certain things.
Exactly.
That's why they have them.
That's why they have them. No be lie.
Yes, but one advice I will give as per security in Edo States currently is lock your doors now. Please lock your doors and try as much as possible to be familiar with, 1, the police control numbers, 2, the numbers of the DPO in your community. Be friendly with them. There are a lot of good police officers out there. There are a lot of people that are willing to help. Albeit the fact that some situations have spoken otherwise, but this is just a small few. Trust the police more. Lock your doors and
don't post flashy lifestyle.
And like my boss would say, stay safe and remain dangerous.
And go to get some training
from him, Abi. You should teach you so you can take on 3 people. If you don't get body, not try Amu. We want to thank our amazing sponsors for today's episode. We want to thank Ico Gas, Uwawa Restaurant, and Adis Glam. And as we always say, thank you for constantly sponsoring us. And from everybody here on set, we say bye-bye.